bottom. And now I'm going to fold it back. So 1/2 inch. And what does it say? 1/2 inch seams on the pocket? What does it say on those notes? Okay, it's the top one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew my 1/2 inch at the top on both sides, and then I'm going to show you how to do the bottom of the pocket, the curved pocket. And this is going to help you, Tommy, explain the hem. Pulling up the threads. Okay, I'm now going to sew the little stitches. Oh, now I'm on zigzag. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to turn it off.
Good thing you have electronic machines. Non-electronic machines are super easy to set up.
I know, but at home I have machines that are just regular, you know. Okay.
Before computers.
Yeah, I have both kinds. I do. Okay, that's good enough. All right. But I don't like to futz around with stuff when everybody's watching me, because I always make mistakes then. All right, and that back stitch. Okay. Okay, so does this refresh everybody as far as how to do the pocket? No? Good. You're supposed to say yes. Of course it does. Yes. I'm almost through. You guys don't have to watch me much longer today.
What were we supposed to be saying?
I don't know.
Remembering how.
Oh, that's right. I'm trying to help you, give you a little refresher here. Okay. So, now I've got that. Now you're supposed to do with kind of a large machine stitch, very carefully, a long machine stitch rather. You're supposed to stitch around the rest of the pocket. And you want to leave a tail on your thread.
So you're basically doing a stay stitch.
Well, you're kind of doing, no, it's a long stitch. You're doing like an ease stitch. So you can pull it up and gather the corner. Okay. You have to be really careful going around the corner that you do a nice curve. You might want to,
And the bigger the stitch, the harder it is to do.
I know. But the way to do this is, well, there's a cheap way to do it. You can make a template out of cardboard, and you could just press this around that template and get the corners nice and even. You can do that too. If you really get desperate, that's fine. You can do that. But with all of you watching, I have to do a good pocket. I don't trust myself to do a nice...
But this stitch is invisible.
No, but the curve you make with it's going to be visible.
You could do a smaller stitch. Is that what you were saying?
No,
like
you can't do... No.
No, because you have to gather.
You have to gather it. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Because you have to gather the corners. You have to make the corners smaller.
Yes, so they curve nicely, unless you make a template and fold everything along around the template, which is kind of easy. And if you're making a lot of pockets, you might want to do that. or if you don't know what you're doing, you might want to do that.
So is a stay stitch a regular stitch?
Yeah,
Like,
stay stitch is a regular
So you're
size.
just using a regular.
No, this is a basting
Oh, this is
stitch.
the basic. So, but it doesn't.
It says, calls it an E-stitch, I think.
These instructions are really.
Okay, so here we go. You wanna curve this, you wanna press this in, and the instructions in the book tell you to, actually trim it before you press it in. I would advise against that. I would trim it after, because it's really hard to press in a little tiny bit of stuff. So, you wanna pull this, and this is what was done in the hem, Tommy, remember where you pull the E-stitch? Okay, so I'm going to come down here and,
Push it through to the corner.
well, yeah, I'm trying to get down here so the E-stitch is down around the corner. See, supposedly it helps you turn this corner in with that E-stitch. That's what that's all about. So then you're going to press it, and then you can top stitch everything. So that's how that works.
That the same stitch we'll be using for the sleeve too?
Yeah,
Get
sleeve's
there.
way easier than this though.
So I kind of don't understand what you just did. You pulled.
I pulled the thread, so
Okay.
it kind of gathers it up.
Okay. And
And-
then you pull it from both sides. You pull.
Well, I'm gonna do this corner from this thread, and I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna do this corner from the other thread.
Okay.
And then that, in theory, is going to help you, see, it helps make this edge curve in
Okay.
where it needs to be. And then you press it, and then you can clip the extra, you can clip out
Okay.
some extra stuff if you want to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you can turn the, you turn the pocket out, and you have a nice pocket, supposedly, if you do it right. Okay, so this is how you do it. And just for your information, bobbin threads are easier to pull than top threads. So if you're gathering something or you're trying to do an E-stitch, it's easier to pull the thread that was on the bottom of the machine. And I distinctly remember that I sewed this from the top side, which meant the bobbin thread would be underneath. But I'm going to show you guys how to gather stuff. I'm going to show you how to gather over dental floss. It makes it so much easier. Yes, it does. It makes your clothes smell good if you use mint dental floss. Okay. So anyway, this is the end of my yammering away today. The rest, you're on your own after this. You want to watch me struggle.
You'll
with
show
it.
us the dental flossing with the shoulder.
Yeah, I like the
with
dental
with the other one.
Am I going to show you what?
The dental floss one.
Not today.
Oh,
That's
okay.
on the sleeve.
But that's on the sleeve. That's what I mean. On the you'll show it to us on the
On the
other
sleeve
one, the
day.
sleeve. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show it to you on the sleeve day. It's pretty neat.
So I wasn't here for the part where you did that. Is that a regular stitch?
It's an E-stitch. It's a long stitch.
Oh, so it's like almost like basting?
Yes, it's a basting stitch. It's a basting stitch. The only reason I'm calling it an E-stitch is because its intended purpose now is to ease this curve instead of just to hold something together temporarily. But you're right, it's the same length stitch, and you leave a tail at the end. Basting stitch, the idea is you remove it ultimately. This stitch probably won't remove. But you need it so it can gather the thread up, gather the fabric up
At the corners.
at the corners, at the rounded corners. But as I said, you could just make a cardboard template. You could make a cardboard template of your curve and just press all the edges over it. That's another way to do it.
Okay.
That's a really easy way to do it. So I'm gonna fiddle around with this and make sure the pocket looks good, and if it doesn't, I'll just make a square pocket for my shirt. So anyway, you guys are good to go do whatever you wanna do now, and if you need me to help you, I will. Otherwise, I'm gonna eat my energy bar.